it up. So I think it's Proverbs 22, verse 24. This is my favorite scripture, and we're going to really break this down why I stay away from people in the matrix, because I understand a lot of people are angry. They're not going to tell you they're angry, but a lot of people are angry. And the fact that they're angry, you don't make friends with an angry man. It tells you in Proverbs 22, verse 24. You can look it up. It's always my favorite Bible verse, even before YouTube. And the thing that's crazy is I'll be the first one to tell you is sometimes you don't really know who's angry. And I'm gonna say it again. Sometimes you really don't know who's angry. And one thing I realized, and it's been a blessing when I used to be a taxi driver for Uber and Lyft. I realized that most of the middle class people are angry. They're not gonna tell you they're angry, but their 80,000 is coming with anger. Their 90,000 is coming with anger. The 100,000 is coming with anger. So stay away from these people. A lot of people won't talk, but the middle class, they're angry. Because listen, the goal in life is this. You want to be limitless, not limited. And I'm going to say this again. You want to be limitless, not limited. That's why I love YouTube and social media, because it allows people to be limitless, not limited. A lot of people that don't do social media, they are limited. The middle class is limited. They're not going to tell you the truth, but the middle class is limited. 100,000 is limited. You're not going to Aspen with 100,000. You're not going to Aspen with 200,000. You're not going to Aspen with 300,000. You're not going to Aspen with 400,000. You're not going to Aspen with $500,000. You guys have to understand, a lot of people don't make $500,000 in society. So we got to really tell the truth, because once we talk about what's really going on, you guys will be able to dodge these people like a challenger. Follow the wordplay. Once you know what's going on, you'll be able to dodge these people like a challenger. A lot of the middle class, they talk a lot of BS. They're like, oh, you need to see how people from the other side is living, and don't just stay in a gated community, see how other people are living. Screw that. Stay in a gated community. There's nothing that you need to see in Park Heights. Unless you got family from Park Heights, brothers from Park Heights, soldiers from Park Heights, hitters from Park Heights. I mean, now you got different sides. You got other sides, but I'm just saying, like, if you ain't from the hood, stay out of the hood. One of the biggest mistakes that I made when I was younger, but at 39, I'm here to say, if you're not from the hood, stay out of the hood. You don't need to see how the other side is living unless you do a missionary work and handing out school supplies, whatever you handing out. But I can understand in the DR, Brazil, but in America, the government, they're giving out 50,000 food stamps. They're giving out 50,000 Section 8 houses. So you can make 6 figures in America without working. So everybody eats in America. Nobody wants to admit it, but everybody eats. You feel me? The government, they really promote you not to make 6 figures. So there is a war, and you got to understand, everybody is angry in a war. That's why no divide is one of the biggest messages ever, because no divide is no divide. I don't care if you make $7 an hour. I don't care if you make 70 million an hour. You got a lot of people that make 70 million an hour, but this is what they do. They like to downplay people's levels. It ain't no downplaying the level. Every level is special. If you door dashing, that's a special level. You see what I'm saying? If you got a job, that's a special level. But in the divide, a lot of people, they like to talk about the average. Let me tell you guys something. If you focus on the average, you're going to live an average life. It's simple. And I'm going to say this again. If you focus on the average, you're going to live an average life. The goal is never to focus on the average. They're not important. They're just regular people. The goal is to be limitless. The goal is never to focus on the average. A lot of people, they just like to focus on the average because it makes themselves feel better about the fact that they're limited. And this is what nobody wants to talk about. But we talk about topics that people don't want to talk about. A lot of people can't just pick up and move. A lot of people can't just pick up and move to 4 different cities at one time. So they're limited. But instead of people saying, like, I'm really limited, a lot of people that are limited, they feel better because they like to look down at people on Section 8 housing. No, screw that. People on Section 8 housing, people on food stamp, they living a best life. They probably eating better than you. And I'm going to say this again. They living a best life. They probably living better than you. People on food stamps, bro, they eating steak with the garlic butter. People on food stamp, they eating colossal Alaskan shrimp. Long as it's cold foods, who knows? They probably changed the rules. I mean, they probably could buy hot food. They probably could buy rotisserie chickens. But what I'm saying is, everybody eats in America. You can't feel sorry for Americans. Now, can you feel sorry for people in the Dominican Republic? Yes, because they don't have government assistance. It is what it is. You guys have to understand, if you have government assistance, you're good. If the government gives you free food, you're good. If the government gives you free shelter, you're good. Nobody is struggling in America. The thought of struggling in America is a myth. Nobody struggles in America. Everybody eats. It doesn't matter if it comes from the government. It doesn't matter if it comes from the grocery store. Everybody eats in America. People don't want to hear that, but everybody eats in America. And that's what you guys have to understand. Americans, we cannot talk about struggle because everybody's winning. Everybody's eating. The problem is a lot of people, and I don't like it because when people in Malibu lost their homes, it really, my eyes really opened this year to how evil this world really is. People lost their homes in Malibu and nobody cared. Nobody cared. Shout out to Malibu. That was one of the places I visited when I first started making YouTube money. I went to Malibu. So my heart will forever be with Malibu. But when everybody lost their houses in Malibu, nobody cared. And that's the truth. That's why I always say nobody cares, because people in Malibu, they lost special memorabilia. They lost their parents' ashes. They lost, things that money can't buy. It's just certain things money can't buy. And when people lost everything in Malibu, everybody was on the internet like, oh, screw that. They got enough money to buy another home. And I'm like, but they're human just like everybody else. So what happened in Malibu really opened up my eyes that the middle class are some of the biggest haters. And a lot of people can't see it. But yes, a lot of middle class, they hate the rich. Is a strong hate that people don't talk about. But middle class people, they dislike the rich because they feel like, oh, whatever. They could do whatever, screw that. We're all human beings at the end of the day. We're all human beings. And the cool thing about social media is anybody can step their game up. So the internet really opened opportunities to people who never had opportunities. So right now, I'm here to come with a message of positivity that the game is wide open. And I'm gonna say this again, the game is wide open. Any man can run up the millions. Do not believe lies. Anybody in this generation could be a multi-millionaire. That's it. Anybody. Don't believe the lies. Don't let these people limit you because they're limited. That's what the middle class do. They like to limit people. And they don't want to talk about it, but people that make $100,000 a year, they can't just pick up and move to wherever they want to move to. They can't do it. People that make $200K a year, they just can't pick up and move wherever they want to move to. Because if you got a job, that $200K is coming with $200K responsibilities. So it is what it is. A lot of people make $300K, $400K. They can't move to Aspen. They're still limited. The goal in life, and this is why I tell all you guys run it up, the goal in life is to be limitless. When you're limitless, you can go to Aspen, Monaco, you could go to Mississippi, you could go anywhere. You want to be limitless. You don't want to be limited. A lot of people are limited, but they feel good because they look at people who don't have anything, and that's what they're comparing themselves to. Listen, when people talk about the average, I got to separate myself mentally until they apologize or see the bigger picture. I can't be around them because God already said, don't make friends with the angry man. Most of the middle class are angry. And the thing about America is we're the only country that has a middle class. We're the only country. Brazil doesn't have a middle class. Africa doesn't have a middle class. Europe doesn't have a middle class. That's why guys from Europe, when they talk to me about pimping, they got to talk to me about pimping because they're not a part of the reality of Europe. They're living life catching a train. So at the end of the day, I'm not talking down, but I'm just saying they can't play in Europe. Europe is a home of the big steppers. So all they could do is take pride in being physically attractive and catching a train. I don't got time for that. Like, I'm trying to do it big. Like, a lot of people are really not trying to do it big in life. What they're trying to do is they're trying to be limited, but feel like they're doing it big. I don't got time for limited people. Either you're going to do it big or you're not. A lot of people are flexing. Enough of the flexing. At the end of the day, this is a war cry. Either you're going to do it big or you're not. Either the Urises are coming out or they're not. At the end of the day, I don't care if a person doesn't have the self-esteem for a Lamborghini. That's between that man and his God. That ain't my problem. If you don't think you're going to be in a Urus, that's none of my business. But a lot of people are really limited, but they walk around, I make 100K. Well, that sounds cool to a person that's on Section 8. That sounds cool to a person that don't run it up. But at the end of the day, you still not getting an Aspen. You still can't go to Aspen. You still not in the building. A lot of people are really not in the building, but they pretend to be. I'm the type of guy, I don't pretend. I appreciate my level, and I appreciate everybody else's level. But I love my level, but one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to compare myself to somebody that's average. Because if I compare myself to somebody that's average, that's going to make me average. And that's why a lot of people are average, because they're comparing themselves to the average. You don't want to do that. I'm going to tell you some real stuff, because I got to go. I got a physical therapy appointment. But if somebody say they make 6 figures, cut the conversation. If somebody say they make 200K, cut the conversation. Just cut it, because they're still limited. You know, when it comes to, now, one thing I can say is, even though I talked about DDG as far as the DV situation, DDG made 12 million on the internet. I believe anybody can make 12 million he made 12 million a month. And I use him as a reference because I don't feel like that's only to his limitations. I feel like anybody can make 12 million a month with the right campaign. Like, this is the generation that we're living in, and people, they want to downplay it because they can't do it. Listen, we're not playing games. Don't let nobody downplay you. And I'm going to say this again. We're not playing games. Don't let nobody downplay you. The best thing that you could do is focus on results, because we live in a world where people need to see it, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Most people don't think YouTube pays. Most people don't think Twitch pays. Most people don't think Kick pays. They don't believe TikTok pays. You feel me? They don't believe it. So once people don't believe something, they downplay it. That's how life goes. So if you hear a woman talking about, oh, I make this or I make that, bro, if you're not making M's, you're limited. In America has got so expensive, you need millions now. If you're not making millions in America, a lot of people are limited, but they're fronting because they look at average people. Who cares about the average? Not being insensitive, but people focus more on the average and the middle class than the fact that who cares about them? They're still limited. They can't just pick up and go. They got responsibilities. That 200K job is coming with 200K limitation. That 110,000 job is coming with 110,000 limitation. You can't just pick up and say, listen, I'm going to Hawaii tomorrow. You can't. That's why I really think it's important to be a content creator, because when you're a content creator, all you need is Wi-Fi, and you can pick up and earn, and it goes to your bank account, but you're not limited. Don't get caught up in this war of limitation, because America, it works because it makes people want to go to college and have education. So, but the scam is on the back end, and I don't know how long I could keep this video up, because this is a real message. The people that promote colleges, which are the Masons, they are 85xing off of every person that think they're middle class. They're 85xing off of every student that wants to be prideful. Now, do you have people that go to college and make millions? Yes, but those are the people that didn't need college. They just went to college because their dad went to Oklahoma, or their mom went to Purdue, or, you know what I mean? Like, they exist, but a lot of people, especially in our culture, they go to college trying to get rich. You're not going to get rich going to college. You're going to go to college and you're going to get limited. You're going to make 200K, but you can't leave to Hawaii. So it's like, what's the point of being limited and being prideful, but you can't move? It's like they got you checkmate. You're cornered off. And people can't see it. They can't see it. I got friends right now. They like, I want to move. Well, move. They can't move. Checkmate. The game got you. That's why they say life is like chess. They got people cornered off. They can't move. Me? Listen, I could literally pick up and say, listen, I'm out of here. Going to the DR. If anything hits the fan, I'm out of here. FLS, they had my back 5 years ago, and they still got my back today. That's why I make content. And I'm gonna say this again, the FLS had my back 5 years ago, and they still got my back today. So drop of a dime, if anything happens, I could pick up and go. I'm not limited. The goal in life is to be limitless. And I'm gonna say this again, the goal in life is to be limitless. But I gotta finish this live. We got 7 more minutes because I got a physical therapy appointment. But when people start talking about they make 6 figures, cut the conversation because they can't pick up and move. They can't pick up and move. Everybody talking about, oh, I do this in corporate America, I got this job, but unless they travel for business, and most people don't, they can't pick up and move. So keep in mind when you hear people talk about barely making money, but they're comparing themselves to average, because you gotta think about it, in certain places, the average is 30,000. So why would I live my life comparing myself to somebody to make 30,000? Like, why would I live my life comparing myself to somebody to make 50,000? Like, why would I compare myself to somebody who makes 90,000? Why would I compare myself to somebody who makes 6 figures? If I compare myself to somebody who makes 6 figures, I'm still broke. The goal is to be limitless, not limited. In America, people are walking around fully limited, but they're acting like they're big dogs. You're not big dogs until you can pull up in Aspen and ski in peace. And notice I say ski in peace, not skiing and barely breathing. But if you could ski in peace in Aspen, which is literally in our backyard where houses go for 125 M's, where houses go for 200 M's, you limited. And I gotta share this message with you guys because most people in the middle class, they're angry. They're not gonna tell you they're angry, but they're angry. And the Bible says, stay away from an angry man. A lot of people are angry because they're limited. They can't pick up and move. They can't pick up and travel. They're limited, but they're angry. So you got to watch for angry people. When somebody say I make 6 figures, run away. That's demonic. It's demonic. You're making 100,000, but you can't go to Aspen. You see what I'm saying? So you have to learn how to run away from angry people. Most people are angry. Me, I'm not angry because see me, I'm a stock. You guys have to understand this is how we're going to finish this live. I'm a stock. So I don't care how the stock looks now. I'm a stock. When you are a content creator, like I said, this video might be taken down because this is a lot. I'm a stock. So I don't care if the stock is right here. That right there is what you call, you feel me? You're waiting for the bull run. I'm a stock.
Let me get that for you. It's like,
see, people don't realize
let me do your job.
when you're a YouTuber, you are a stock. I am a stock. I am Microsoft. So all I gotta do is break the line of resistance. When I break the line of resistance, it's over. I'm a stock. I'm not, like I'm a human, but I'm a stock. As soon as I break the line of resistance, boom, I'm in Aspen. I could go to Aspen. I could purchase real estate in Aspen because I'm a stock. When you're a stock, you just have to break the line of resistance. A lot of people don't get it, but content creators, we are stocks. We are like Microsoft. So what happens is, it doesn't matter if it looks dead. It doesn't matter if it's not moving.
I have to stop it because I'm Lebanese.
I'm a stock.
Okay? I'm half Korean myself. So
That's it.
comes at me with this, that, and the other. I can't. That's the only thing.
I'm a stock.
I can stop that.
That's what you guys have to understand. As content creators, we are stocks. It doesn't matter how I look now because right now, you might look at my lives, I'm gonna have 68 people. When I get the Ferrari, I might have 68,000 people. And that's how it is. You guys have to understand, be patient. As a content creator, who cares how it look now? See, people not taking me serious now because the Ferrari not here. But guess what? I'm getting a Ferrari for me. I'm not getting a Ferrari to impress you. That's the difference. A lot of people, they do things that say, look at me now. How you like me now? I'm not getting a Ferrari for nobody. I'm getting a Ferrari for me. But when the Ferrari come, boom, we break through the line of resistance. You can't stop us on YouTube. You can't stop us on the streets. You can't stop us on Twitch. You can't stop us at the grocery store. So at the end of the day, I'm sharing this with you guys. Most people are angry and you don't know they're angry. Just because a person dressed nice, that doesn't mean they're not angry. A lot of people are angry and you don't know they're angry until, like they say, until hit the fan. The best phrase in English is when ish hit the fan. That's when you realize, oh man, I didn't know people felt like this. Yeah, that's because ish hit the fan. When ish hit the fan, it's too late at that point. Like people use phrases in English, but they don't really have a visual for it. If somebody throws ish and it hits the fan, oh no, it's too late. Ish done hit the fan. That's my best phrase. That's my best phrase in English. Ish done hit the fan. And that's how I am on YouTube. That's why a lot of people can't stomach me because they're like, oh no, I don't want to think I'm taking advantage of my mother eating her Captain Crunch. That's your mama Captain Crunch. Get up out your mama house. So it's like, oh no, I'm stealing her Captain Crunch. Ish hit the fan. So that's how my content is. So that's why I look at my YouTube like a stock. Because when I first come out, I'm in the red. All my messages, I'm in a red. If I say I support Israel, I'm in a red. If I say I support Mexico, I'm in a red. If I say I support Latinos getting money under the table, I'm in a red. That's how it goes. I don't care, and I'm not going to back down. So I support all Latinos. I stand with Israel. If you wasn't screaming free Palestine 10 years ago, I don't want to hear it. So boom, he's in a red. He's going down. He's in a red. Boom, boom, boom. But I don't care because the Ferrari break the line of resistance, and that's coming. So either or, like Burger King, you can have it your way. And that's what people have to understand. I can't live a limited life. People want to limit me. Somebody had the nerve to tell me, Mr. Keep It Simple, if you stand for Latinos, you lose credibility. What? What? I stand for all Latinos. You want me to name them out? I stand for El Salvador. I stand for Mexico. I stand for Peru. I stand for Chile. I stand for Panama. I stand for the Dominican Republic. I stand for Uruguay. I stand for Paraguay. I stand for, throw Brazil in there. I stand for, I probably missed a couple. Oh, Guatemala. I mean, Guyana. I mean, what you gonna do? That's the question. What you gonna do? They say, oh, if you stand for Latinos, you're gonna lose your credibility. I think I name all of them. So it's like, you can't limit me. And that's what they want to do because they want to limit me. You need to learn about your history. No, I need to learn about Ferraris. I need to learn about the 488 Pista. I need to learn about the Parasangue. I need to learn about the 488 Stradale. I need to learn about the Ferrari Roma. I don't need to learn about no history. Like, everybody different. Some people just like supercars. At the end of the day, I'd rather learn about a Ferrari than history. I'm taking a Ferrari over history any day. And that's just that. I'd rather learn about Ferraris than history. Bottom line. I'm not backing down. I've never been a type to back down. I won't back down in real life, and I won't back down on YouTube. It is what it is. I know my Ferraris. I know my Ferraris. I know the Roma. I mean, I know the Stradale. I know the 488 Italia. I know the California GT. I know the SF90. I mean, I know the 812. That's the only Ferrari. Shout out to Italy. That's why I talk with my hands. I'm Italian. I just became Italian. I'm Italian. It is what it is. Italian lives matters. So see, I could plummet my stock. I don't care because at the end of the day, Italian lives matters. Lamborghinis, Italian lives matters. You feel me? Like, they matter too. They want us to think only Black lives matter. We all matter. All lives matter. And Italians. Shout out to Italy. Shout out to Argentina. It is what it is. You guys have to understand Italian lives matters. People don't, they like, oh no, it shouldn't hit the fan. 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 They don't even know what to do. It shouldn't hit the fan. Italian lives matters. Ferraris matter. Lamborghinis matter. Italians matter. You guys are so limited in your thinking. You don't think Italian lives matters. No, Ferraris matters. Lamborghinis matters. Italian lives matters. People never heard that before. They're like, oh, he said Italian lives matters. What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? That's my question. What you gonna do about it? Italian lives matters. What you gonna unfollow me? You gonna unfollow me and we going straight to the Ferrari dealership. So at the end of the day, Italian lives matters. Thank you. Somebody put up the Italian flag. Italian lives matters. We gotta drop the divide. You feel me? They wanna just think Black lives matters. No, Italian lives matters too. And that's how it is. And ain't nobody gonna stop us. Ain't nobody gonna stop us. We're not pushing a divide. Like they want us to just come and be like, Black Lives Matter. No, Italian lives matters. I mean, it is what it is. Like, I'm different. And the fact that I'm different, people are like, oh, it shouldn't hit the fan. It shouldn't hit the fan. Shout out to Long Island. You feel me? Shout out to New York City. It is what it is. Italian lives matters. But people don't care about Italians. So guess what? Mr. Keep It Simple, I'm going to be the first one to start the peace treaty with all Italians. We're starting it today. Listen, we move like bosses. We start peace treaties. If there was ever any beef between Italians, I'm here to say Italians' lives matters. We're not playing. Italian lives matters. Dodge Hellcats lives matters. Mopars matter. You guys have to understand, Mopars matters. TRXs matters. Trackhawks matters. Hellcats matters. It is what it is, bro. We can't let nobody divide us, bro. I done grew up in the divide. The divide is over, bro. It's over, bro. It's over. They want us to be. You guys have to understand. So when it's all said and done, don't make friends with angry people. A lot of people are angry and you don't know they're angry. So we got to finish this live up because actually I've been here longer than expected, but you don't know who angry people are. So the best way to find out if a person is angry, ask them, what makes you angry in life? I'm giving you guys a gem. If you guys want a gem, put a diamond in the chat. Put a diamond in the chat. If you guys want to hear a gem, put a diamond in the chat because I'm going to help you guys out. I'm going to really help you guys out. Ask the person. It doesn't matter if it's a woman, doesn't matter if it's a man. Say what makes you angry in life. You might need to screen record this live because this live might have to come down. It was a lot of gems. So just ask what makes you angry in life. That's the most important thing you can ask a human, because when you ask a human, and this is not game, this is not manipulation, just ask what makes you angry in life. Because once you figure out what makes a person angry in life, then you realize they're angry in general. And once you figure out a person is angry in general, you stay away from them. You don't talk to them. You keep your distance because God already told you don't make friends with the angry man. Some of these people are angry and you don't know why they're angry. You don't know why, but they angry. They big angry, they big mad, and you don't know why they mad, but they big mad. That's why the Bible is important, because the Bible could save you from it. It could save you from drama. God said don't make friends with an angry man. So if a man is angry, you run away from him. If a woman is angry, you run away from her. You don't go back to an angry person. You run away from angry people in general. People try to diss me on YouTube. When I figured out they was angry, I never looked at their channel again. I never checked on them again. I don't even know what they're doing. You're probably like, oh, you don't check on them? They're angry. So if they're angry, why would I make friends with an angry man? It's not wise. See, the book of Proverbs will help you out. Once you figure out a person is angry, you run away from them forever. If a family member is angry, you run away from them forever. It's simple. Don't make friends with an angry man. People don't even talk about this verse. When's the last time somebody talked about Proverbs 22:24? That's my favorite scripture. Not only is it my favorite scripture, but it's the best way to write you off. Once I see you angry, it ain't no coming back. It ain't no coming back. Once I see you angry, you feel some type of way, there's no coming back. You're angry, you're mad. I don't know why you're mad, but it's not my business to know why you're mad. But once I see you mad, it's over. It's over. That's why I can never date a woman with an attitude. Because if a woman has an attitude, it's over. She's angry. Well, I don't know why she's angry. It's not my problem. But if I ever meet a woman, I don't care if she's gorgeous. I don't care if she's a dime. If she has an attitude, the first attitude, Italian lives matter. That's just how it is, bro. Some people are just meant to be Lamborghini drivers. Some people are just meant to be Ferrari drivers, and it is what it is. Somebody put a question mark. I don't answer question marks. You're angry. If you gotta ask me a question with a question mark, get angry. No question marks, you're angry. I don't mess with angry people. That's it. If I see a question mark and I tell you I'm not reading comments, I'm not reading comments. I don't care. Most people are angry. After Carmelo Anthony, Austin Metcalf, I realized people are angry. You feel me? After people are screaming free Palestine that didn't scream free Palestine 10 years ago, they're angry. Hearing people talk about, oh, I make six figures, but you're limited, they're angry. So at the end of the day, I'm to the point now, once I figure out people are angry, I'm running away. And that's just bottom line. Because it had a mixtape back in the day, and the guy was like, tell him why you mad, son. Tell him why you mad, son. So most people, they can't even tell you why they mad, but they big mad. And if they big mad, you run away. It's simple. It's simple. If a person angry, bam, never come back. Somebody diss me, they angry, I don't care what they doing. They could cop 25 Ferraris. Guess who ain't gonna see it? Guess who ain't gonna see it? And if I see somebody that was mad at me pull up in a Ferrari, I'm gonna turn the other way. That person angry. You could be angry in a Ferrari. People don't realize that, bro. You could be angry in a Lamborghini. You could be angry in a McLaren. At the end of the day, you gotta run from angry people in general. See, people like to run towards angry people because they have money. I don't care if a person is broke. I don't care if a person is up billions. If you angry, you angry. And that's what people don't understand. You cannot be friends with an angry man. Woman, child, it doesn't matter. If a person is angry, you got to stay away from them. And sometimes you don't know a person is angry. And like I said, everybody just put the turd emoji. And this is how we're going to finish this live. Put the turd emoji. This is real because it's a phrase in English and it goes, when ish hit the fan, at that point it's too late. Like, that's my favorite phrase in English, and people don't even understand. People don't even understand. That's why domestic violence happens. That's why things happen, because when ish hits the fan, it's too late. You can't dodge ish hitting the fan. If ish hit the fan, you're done. It's over. They got you. They got you. Weapons drawn, knives drawn, ish hit the fan. Rest in peace to Austin Metcalf. Carmelo Anthony, they show all types of pictures of him in a suit and tie. He doesn't look angry. And that's how he got him. That's how he got him. When you look at Carmelo Anthony, he's like a little skinny little kid from Frisco, Texas. But something happened to him while he's angry. I don't know what happened to him. Mother there, parents there. But at the end of the day, that man was angry. And I know why he probably was angry, because he in Frisco, Texas, and he from Louisiana. So when you from Louisiana, go to Frisco, Texas, it's like you might turn into a hater because your parents got money, but you don't. So at the end of the day, you probably became a hater. And that's how it is. People be hating, bro. You know what I mean? And you don't know why a person hating, but some people just be hating. I grew up in a military base, and people used to hate us because we lived on a military base. We ain't back down because we took pride on being sons of soldiers. We were happy to be sons of sergeants. So we didn't care if you hate us. We were still on a military base. See, military kids, we receive a lot of hate. So at 39, I could care less because we received that from young. And that's just how it is. Let them hate. If they hate, just run away. All you gotta do is run away from a hater. You don't gotta fight a hater. You don't gotta uppercut a hater. You don't gotta hook a hater. Just run away from a hater because they haters. With that being said, thank you guys for checking in. I'm about to get some coffee. Let it breathe. Run away from a hater because they mad and you don't know why they mad. You probably think I'm gonna keep it simple. What makes you mad? Nothing. I got a small dog from Russia. I got a small dog from Russia. Why would I be mad? Like, I go home and I get love. Get a dog. If you don't get no love, get a dog. Hey, what's going on? Can I get a large latte, please?
Whole milk?
Yeah, whole milk works. Thank you.
$4.29.
Yeah, I think whole milk is actually better than almond.
I agree.
Oh, you agree too? Okay. I tried the almond. I didn't really like it. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Thank you. They low key mad. They low key mad. They low key mad. And that's the problem. You don't know they high key mad, but they low key mad. And that's the problem. You don't know. You really don't know who's mad and who not. That's why the realest thing you can ask a person is, what makes you mad? The realest thing you could do is ask a person, what makes you mad? Once you find out a lot of people mad about this, they mad about that, they mad about this, take off running. God told you to run. Proverbs 22, verse 24. Don't make friends with an angry man. And if he told you don't make friends with an angry man, that means don't make friends with the angry woman. Like, come on, look how beautiful this life is, bro. Look at all these cakes. Why would you be mad? You got... Life is designed for you. Pick whatever cake you want. Pick whatever cake you want. Have a good time. Pick a dessert. Pick something. Have fun. Enjoy life. Like, don't be mad all your life. Like, what you mad for? Matter of fact, stack your crumbs and build your pot. Yeah, I'm stacking up. You know, people got to understand, when I say stack your crumbs and build your pie, look at that crust. See, the crust is a part of the pie. Guys don't understand, but the crust is a part of the pie. Stack your crumbs and build your pie. Stack your crumbs and build your pie. Yeah, I'm stacking up. You know? Don't be mad. Get some bread. Don't be mad. Go to Paris and get some croissants. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Why you mad? Why you big mad? You big mad for what? Why you big mad? My fault. They got people out here big mad for no reason. I appreciate that. Wow, that's fast. Appreciate you. Thank you. Stack your crumbs and build your pot. Yeah, I'm stacking up. You enjoy your day. Stack your crumbs and build your pot. Yeah, I'm stacking up. Stack your crumbs and build your pot. Yeah, I'm stacking up. Let it breathe.